Good morning. It is just gone 7:30, and today Erin and I are filming what we get up to in a standard day of being artists and researchers with full-time jobs. So strap in.
So first day, I got out of bed and I made my bed and I had some breakfast. I'm just heading to the gym now before work, and yeah.
The most time-consuming task I'll have in a day is my reading. I committed myself during my PhD to read 100 pages every day across whatever it was that I'm reading, and I know that that is an absolute chore of a task, and so I spend as much time as I can in the morning reading before I get up to make breakfast. Essentially I just read until I'm hungry, and that's a really good strategy for getting as much reading as possible. But I am slightly behind, and if I am behind, I then push more reading into future days. So today I'm reading until the end of Timothy Morton's The Stuff of Life, so that's what I'll be doing, and then I'll be rereading Federico Compagna's second work, Prophetic Cultures. I've got about 56 pages of that to read today as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna get on with the reading.
Okay, so I've just finished up in the gym. Didn't film myself in there because, I don't know, I always feel a bit weird about people taking videos in the gym. I'm like, I don't know, it's not a bit of me. But yeah, I'm just heading to work now. It's Bank Holiday Monday, so it could potentially be slammed. I'm really hoping it's not. We were forecast rain, but it's sunny, so depends how many people are out and about, I guess. I've got an 11 till 5, so yeah.
Done. And now I'm gonna get some bloody breakfast. There we go. So once I've done all that, I will then check my emails. The next job, which I normally end up doing every day, as well as reading all the books, is taking all the quotes out of the books that I read, and then writing a literature review about them. So a week after the day, I'll then take all the quotes out and write the lit review. But I wasn't that committed to that at the start of my PhD. And so every day I do lit reviews for books that I read maybe 3 years ago that I just didn't do at the time. But because of the nature of the day job, which I'm going to today, there may be a little bit of time in the evening at work where I can do the lit review there. So that is my aim, and then if I don't manage to do it at work because work gets busy, I'll do it tonight. So I'm gonna go shower and get ready. So I'm now on the bus, heading to where I work on Thursdays. I work at the university in their library there. That's one of the many jobs I have at the university. I'm an associate lecturer in the theatre department. I'm a PhD researcher. I'm an expert by experience for the sociology department. And really it's just a web of jobs required to pay my rent in the current economic climate. And on top of that, I'm running the Florists, making theatre later. I've always chosen jobs that have downtime which allow me to do other things in them. I think that's been the sort of key for me keeping proactive in the arts and in research, is by using time within other tasks to get things done, which I don't think is particularly healthy. I don't think any of this is healthy. But also, once the PhD is done, there will be a significant amount of time open up in my calendar, and with that doctorate I'll be able to go into like research in other fields. More pay, essentially. More pay means more money can go into making theatre, into leisure time, I guess. Without doing all of this side hustle, not that I enjoy hustle culture as well, it's just impossible. Yeah, it's about just keep trying, and then hopefully luck will see through. And it's not about skill, it's not about perseverance, although it is about skill and perseverance. It is all those things. But more than anything, it is luck, and that big break, that lucky break, that one review or one successful show which cuts through the noise and gets your name out there. So until that happens, I'm going to keep trying.
That was an absolute shocker of a shift, I can't lie. So there was supposed to be 3 bartenders on today, and when I got there it was really quiet. They'd had a really quiet breakfast, so they sent the other 2 home at 11:30, just after I got there. And then at 12 we got absolutely slammed for lunch, so it was just me on the bar with a full restaurant and bar, so that was fabulous. I'm just heading to my partner's house now, and I'm just going to get something for dinner, then pop back, have some food.
I've got about half an hour left of work. I'm very tired. It was very busy for the first sort of 4 hours of the shift, but I was able to do the lit review that I needed to do. I did a lit review of Zizek's Pandemic 2, so I managed to get that done. I've just managed to finish reading all the pages I needed to of Compagna's Prophetic Cultures, so I'll be continuing with that for the next 2-3 days, I think it is. I've received feedback, that's the one, on a conference proposal submission that I am writing for a conference called Living Maps, which is, the final proposal is due on the 31st, so I have a meeting about it tomorrow with my PhD supervisor and my PhD colleague. I want to make sure it gets done tonight. But yeah, I'm going to go and polish off the rest of my shift and get the bus back and go from there.
Right, so half an hour later, we were going to be good and cook, and then we completely forgot it's bank holiday, and it's now like 8:30. Everywhere's shut, so accidentally got a Wagamama's, but it's okay. It was payday the other day. Little celebratory Wagamama's for something. I don't know what it is about the guilt of earning money and then spending money, because I feel like as a student you get so used to being so careful with money, and having to watch it really closely, and I always still get really stressy, even though I'm working a full-time job, about what money I'm spending. I don't know if anyone else post uni or anything gets that, but I just feel like in this day and age, cosy living and all that, spending money can just be very stressful. But hey, got a staff discount because I work next door, so it's fine. Floss!
Your delivery is one kitten. Hello, kitten. Aw.
So it is 10 to 9. I have just got back from work. I've got the draft 2 of my proposal to write before tomorrow at 3, and I'm working until 2. So I'm going to have to do it tonight just to make sure that everything is ready for tomorrow. And then I can finally relax, make dinner, and if I have time, watch some garbage television or read something for pleasure rather than for academia.
It's been a really good day, but like creatively wise, obviously, I've done nothing, which is kind of real life, but also sometimes can feel really disappointing, especially when I'm like, obviously we're in very different places because I'm still at uni, Andy's like 10 years out of uni doing his thing, but it's like, I don't know, the like level of creative difference sometimes makes me feel a bit like, oh my god, I should be doing so much more. But that's the whole point of a gap year, isn't it? This whole social media thing, which I think is something that Andy kind of feels similarly about, like trying to constantly promote yourself and put out there like a productive, creative image of you when you're not really engaging creatively feels really difficult. You know, for different reasons, me and Andy both struggle with kind of the creativity and figuring out what to show online, because the reality is we both work full-time jobs, we both got a life that we're trying to live outside of what we're creating. And I think, yeah, just trying to push creativity online when it's not something that comes easily to either of us, like the online stuff, and that also, you know, isn't necessarily part of our day-to-day, is just quite difficult. And so if you've made it this far into the video, congratulations, because I don't know what this is going to look like. But I suppose that's the real life of trying to be an artist in a very uncreative society, and one that is kind of shunning and shutting down a lot of creative avenues and outlets, trying to be creative in this current day and age, because it doesn't really work for many of us in the way that we would want it to, or the way that we kind of imagine when we're younger and that we promise ourselves. But we keep trying, and you know, I'm only 20, don't need to have my midlife crisis yet. Andy always does his little academic what we've been reading. I'll tell you a secret now, that's what Andy's been reading. I don't read cool stuff like that. I am currently rereading Throne of Glass. If you want something that is just exciting and fun and takes you somewhere else, this bad boy right here. Take that, Andy, with your fancy schmancy reading, 100 pages a day. Can read this in a couple hours, bad boy. I'm going crazy. Please don't put that last bit in.
I've managed to finish the second draft of the conference application, and over dinner I was just reflecting about this whole process of recording what I do all day, and just how just profoundly uninteresting it seems as a medium. And the reason that we're doing it is because video content performs better on social media platforms. And why are we doing the social media platforms? Well, it's so people can remember the Midnight Florist exists in between theatre projects, which take a long time to make when you're employed in other areas to make money to pay rent so you can go and rehearse. And it is really just a necessary evil. We don't enjoy doing it. It's not something that we find a creative joy in, and I know people do, and that's great, but it's not us. And I'm not sure what the answer is, because we need to do the social medias. We can't avoid it. It's a necessary evil. It's the worst part of doing the job that I do. And the other bit is researching amazing things and creating concepts and ideas and making theatre and changing consciousness, or attempting to do any of those things. Collaborating with really amazing people like Erin. Yeah, it's a very strange day, and I'm very tired, and I'm very, very much looking forward to my next day off, which is midweek next week.